And this is Kirby, Electric Fossil Studio in Milford, Delaware, and I want to talk to you about dreams. And be careful on how you treat other people's dreams, because it invariably comes back to affect your dream. So I'm going to use an example of an astronaut. Um, so let's just say you have a friend of yours. His mom comes to you and says, "Did you hear about Johnny?" I said, "No, no. What's he doing?" "Johnny's going to become an astronaut." And if you're a polite person, you'll say, "Oh yeah, that's cool." And then you'll go home and then you'll talk to your buddies and you'll go, "Did you hear Johnny's going to be an astronaut? Man, why does he think he's so smart? What does he got? I was smarter than him in school. I was more athletic than him in school. Come on, man. Does he even know how much education he's going to have to go through? Do you know how much school he's going to have to do? You know how long it's going to take for him to do it? You know how hard work it's going to be? It's ridiculous. You know what? I should tell him. Hey, what are you thinking?" And you might talk to Johnny and have a conversation with him and go on. Now, I'm going to take a pause in the story real quick. If you're the Johnny in this scenario, and you want to be an astronaut, here's my technique of how you do this. Find out the other astronauts around you or that are alive, that are working, or what have you. You can find it out on the internet. Go on LinkedIn, contact them, say, "I want to be an astronaut too. Could I bother you for half an hour of your time and just talk to you about your journey?" You talk to 10, 20 people, about their journey to becoming an astronaut, especially when you're early on in the process. The bricks that make up the yellow brick road that eventually lead to Oz, and the Oz is you being an astronaut, will become clearer and clearer as you start to hear how it could be done, how it was done, the path that has already been laid before you. So that's my advice as far as like how to get it done. And that applies to anything, any occupation. The chances are there's somebody that you could talk to that could help you, and not your guidance counselor, but people who've already are doing the thing that you want to do. Anyway, back to the story. So then years later, you have a vision of, or a passion starts bubbling up of, I don't know, something like being a carpenter. And you're not a carpenter right now, but you start like really obsessive, or YouTube videos of carpentry, and you get magazines about carpentry, and um, you start thinking about like then the little bubbling of a thought of like maybe I could be a carpenter. But what happens? The voice goes, "Do you know how much school you'd have to take? Do you know how much experience you'd have to get? You know how much time that's going to take? How much money it's going to take? You're not a good carpenter. You've seen people on the internet, how good they are. You're not even close. Why would anybody want to hire you? You know what? You should even quit while you're ahead." Sounds familiar, probably, right? We tell ourselves all the reasons why we're not going to do these things, and we give excuses to ourselves as to why we're not going to do these things. Invariably, we're just scared. We're afraid to succeed. We're afraid of failure. We're afraid of the commentary. We're afraid of you name it. So, but it's really the same. Be encouraging of others. Offer questions about their yellow brick road. Find out, hey, have you thought about, and if they haven't thought about it, if they're just, has the passion and the vision, but don't exactly have the plan, then offer, hey, man, you might want to reach out to people who've done it and find out what they did. Go for it, man. If you need any help, let me know. If you do that for them, then when it comes time for your dream, you'll have at least within yourself, you'll be able to say, all right, let's figure out how I could do this. How could I do this? as opposed to just shooting yourself down because that's what you do for everybody else. Hopefully that helps. I'm Kirby. This is Electric Faucet Studio. I'll see you soon.